Welcome to the homestead. My name is Brenda, my husband's name is Lee, and today is Throwback Thursdays. See where we came from, how we've progressed over the time. Each week you'll enjoy one of our past videos, so as you're watching our current videos, you'll be reminded of how much work we have actually accomplished thus far. Enjoy. We've got a bunch of these big long tree trunks that are pretty heavy and semi-straight, and we're going to use these tree trunks to build something. Maybe we'll build the high tower for our garden, or maybe we'll use them as, I don't know, but we're going to build something with these big long ones. We've got them all over the yard and might as well use them for something instead of buying wood. Anyway, that's our plan. This area right here seems to be one of the biggest low spots in the yard where you still see sitting water. So what we're going to do is this area right here we've determined is the pond. We will make our own pond and then connect it to the pond that's out there via river rock and make a little stream-like that leads to the other pond. The other pond's looking pretty good. Let's go look at it. Okay, what you're seeing behind me is the gathering of all the limbs that fell on Lee's truck and just outside our gate. And let me step aside so you can just see how dramatic it was. All those limbs fell. And they fell from that tree. That tree is dead, and so we can expect more to fall. So we're probably not going to park Lee's truck there for a while. We did park that trailer that we purchased and went and picked up last night. It is a 5x, what? It's a 5x8 trailer. It's got a ramp, so we should be able to haul away our waste that we had trouble with in past videos, and we should be able to go down there to Cooper Lake and take care of that now. But also there's been so many things we've needed to pick up, and this way we can make sure we can pick it up without having to borrow or rent. And so that's a good thing. We're gonna have to clean up all these trees, and we're cleaning trees over there, so it's kind of sad that we have to clean up these because this area was perfectly clean before. But that's kind of the way it goes. And I'm looking over at the neighbor's property, and some really big trees have fallen right in half. So we can expect more branches and stuff from these very, very old trees along the fence line. And they're huge. The trunks are like really, really big. And well, probably even bigger than that, because I probably couldn't hug that tree. And they've been there forever, it seems like. And this one right here, the stalks of that tree right there, let me just turn the camera around and show you. The stalks of this tree right here are really, really big. As a matter of fact, they are probably the size of some of the trees we've been dropping over here. So we have not attempted to drop anything this big. And so clearly we're going to have to drop it in sections, and it's going to be kind of scary, but we cannot have any of our vehicles anywhere near it because these trees are so tall that it's going to fall a long distance when they do fall. Anyway, that's for another day. Today we've got a lot more trees to take care of over in that back section so we can start building, well, first leveling for the next building. And then hopefully next weekend we'll start building. That'd be exciting. This really thick vine, as you can see, is the main root that's climbing up into the tree. All the other ones on the ground that are growing from the ground are all growing off of this main vine right here. And he's pretty strong. He's still got some ply to him, but he also is turning woody. So anyway, found one in the tree the other, it's been months ago now, and I thought it was a snake the way it was wrapping, but then I noticed that it was super long. Snakes don't get that long and that skinny. So anyway, they look like snakes. I want to show you the root of the boat tree because it's exposed. Also, I want to show you a hole that was not there, a month ago, but is there now. I think that it's part of the burrowing of what type of animal burrows under the ground. Could be those pack rats, it could be some other type of animal. I don't know. It ended up getting filled with water, so chances are there's nobody down there unless they do something different under the ground that keeps them dry, even though the holes fill up with water. Okay, notice the orange right here. That's the boat tree, and you can see the difference in the trunks of the boat trees. Not the size, but I mean the texture. This one has, it's lighter in color, and it's got a lot of lines that are vertical. And this one, although on the bottom it does show lines, as it gets bigger, oops, sorry, you can see that this one's much more smooth compared to this one here that is still got its vertical lines all the way up. But back to this hole right here, that hole's now filled with water, but some type of critter dug a hole in there. There's another one over here. Let me show you. This one is much, much bigger and much, much deeper, and you can see it must be that the roots create this environment where it's easier to dig the holes. This is a pretty darn good size hole. Not only is it, you know, this big, but I mean down in the corner we saw it before it was filled with water, and it's a pretty good size hole. So yeah, well, I definitely have to clean up this mess around these trees, all these little tiny trees and limbs and everything else. And some of those trees have got to uncluster, get rid of some of them. And right in the midst of those, you can see that one of those is a boat tree. Now, the boat tree has a beautiful canopy in the spring, summer, whenever they bloom. Because when we first bought this property, the boat tree was really nice. It had a nice canopy. That's the reason why we're trying to hold on to the boat trees versus the honey locust. At the same time, we want trees until we're able to replant. And look at this tree. In one way, it's not very big, but you saw how much fell out of the top of the tree. There's a lot of branches. But this guy right here, look how he's all concave right here. The other branch, he just grew around that branch. But This is a heavy piece of wood for as short as it is. It's what, not quite 6 feet, and it's not that big in diameter, but it's pretty heavy compared to all these other branches that we've been picking up about the same size. And so the boat art trees are really nice trees, and if we can learn how to use these trees for something, that'd be really great, because it's good strong wood. Dusty came back to visit us, and she's a good girl. And Baxter is here, as you can see, and Baxter's a little scared because she's such a big girl, but he's doing pretty good right now, as long as she doesn't decide she's going to kiss him too much. Then he gets a little bit skittish, but she's a good girl. She belongs to the neighbors, but good thing we don't have to feed her, huh? I bet she eats a lot more than this little guy does anyhow.
Yeah. He's a good girl. He's a good girl, yes you are. Bye.
She got her lovin's now. She's heading back home. That's what she waits for. Check me for stickers. Some of you might be wondering why we cut the sticks so small, and that's because we don't have any water on the property. Sure, we got a lot of mud puddles, but we don't have any water, so we don't want the branches to get out of hand. Originally, we cut branches in fairly good sticks, 4 feet maybe, and we've got piles of them around the property. But like I said, we don't have water, so as we're burning these sticks, we want to make sure that we keep the fire confined to a nice area. So we cut them fairly short, a couple feet. This one's really short, but a couple feet long, so we can just keep the fire nice and tight until we're able to get some running water. Our neighbors, when they cut down their trees, they burned full, big, gigantic branches. They did a good job. They were able to get rid of the wood really fast, unlike us who have to go the extra mile and clop the branches shorter, which is kind of a bummer, but it makes things go a lot safer for us. As we go with the clopping and picking up the branches, we also have to pick up things as small as these, because these are thorns and they get stuck in the bottom of our boots, and we really don't want to leave behind anything that can hurt us. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get them all, but when we're done, we'll do a nice raking and we'll try to pick up as many as these little tiny ones as possible to avoid them getting stuck in our shoes. And yes, we're wearing boots, but we pick out a lot of these thorns from my boots. They don't seem to stick in Lee's boots, but they do stick in mine. They haven't gone all the way through. I mean, it's usually the smaller thorns that stick in my boots. But that's the reason why we're picking up everything. Okay, right behind me is Lee. And I'm afraid he's gonna tell you I broke the saw. Don't listen to him.
Broke the saw. I think I fixed it for now. We did good.
We've really cleared this area up. We still have some trees over in this area that we haven't gotten to, but this is cleared, which means that tomorrow Lee can start trying to level that particular area and get it ready for the building. And while he's doing that, I'll finish clearing the trees over on this backside that we kind of dropped but just left. But it's looking sweet. It is really looking good. And so I'm glad you watched. I hope you're glad you also watched. Go ahead and like, share, submit, what is that word? Subscribe. Do all those good things because we're trying to build up a following. Why? Why not? We're retired. We need something to do. God bless y'all. See you next time.